and today I'll be sharing you guys my top tips that help me make my Dino Mask for this contest that's going on right now in Fidget-Town. Plus, I'll be sharing with you guys a quick tutorial on how I make my Dino Masks. And just want to give you guys a quick heads up that this video is going to be pretty long, so be prepared for a lot of information. Before I start with this video, I'd like to give a shout out to my great friend for helping with my video by suggesting tips, and was super kind of them to help me, and I really appreciate them. Like, they're such an awesome friend. Anyways, let's get started with the video, and I hope this will help you guys. Alright guys, so the first tip is to use a base. I found tracing a Dino Mask to use as a base can help a lot. And although you can use the one the Fidget-Town team gives you in their Dino Mask contest YouTube shorts, I recommend making one yourself by taking a picture of a Dino Mask in the Fidget-Town game. And I am going to be using the Lotus Dino Mask from my base, created by CookieCow, and going into a drawing program and importing your picture of the Dino Mask you want to use as your base. After that, all you need to do is trace it. I wouldn't draw the eyes for the base really detailed. I would just make them circles so you know where the placement for the eyes go. So tip number 2 is to use a good drawing program. If you have an iOS, I would recommend you use Adobe Fresco. It's the program that I use to create all my artworks, and the quality is great. It's free to use, but if you want a larger variety of tools, I would recommend getting their subscription. I have the subscription, and it has really upgraded my creative abilities, and honestly, it's an A-tier graphic designer app. Another platform I recommend is Procreate. It's super good, and you don't need to pay subscription to use it. You need about $13 in order to get the app, but so worth it. And although I haven't used the app, I heard it's really good. But be aware that there is a version of Procreate called Procreate Pocket, which is better if you have an iPhone instead of an iPad, which would be more compatible with the regular Procreate. If you have an Android though, an app I would recommend is IBS Paint. I tried it before and it's really good, and you can use this app on iOS as well. Although you wouldn't need to buy a subscription just like Adobe Fresco if you want the most out of it, but like Fresco, it can be free to use too. There are a lot of other drawing programs out there that are okay, like Sketchbook, Medibang, Drawing Desk, etc. But the ones I mentioned are the best out there, so make sure to use those programs. Now for tip number 3, which is to find inspiration. I know most people have trouble thinking about creative ideas, and I found downloading Pinterest is a great way to find inspiration. But you do have to be 13 plus in order to create an account, so if you are under 13 and want to download this app, I would ask a trusted adult to make an account under their name, so you'll be able to use the app. But if you can't download Pinterest, I would look at Fidget-Town itself. You can find a lot of inspiration there, from usernames people have to fidgets others have created. There's inspiration everywhere, but Pinterest is where I get all my inspiration from. Now for tip number 4, which is to be super creative with your Dino Masks. I know that everyone's art is unique in their own way, but I know as a fact how important it is to think the unimaginable and to make the impossible possible. Would you like to add accessories to your dino? Go ahead and do it. Different ear styles? Go for it. You can even add fur, markings, a mouth, and so much more. Just remember to be yourself when making your art. Make it as unique as possible, just like you. Now for tip number 5, which is creating a color scheme. Now color schemes are super important, guys, because it could really make your Dino Mask or whatever you're creating pop out. And I'm going to show you guys a way to fix your creation if your colors are mucky or just don't go well together, like brown and purple for example, and we can use a color wheel to help us. Alright guys, and as you can see, there's a lot of colors that you can use for your Dino Mask or anything else you would like to make. And what I would do is pick a color that I like on the color wheel, like magenta for example, and check what the color opposite of that is, and that is the color green. There we go guys, now we got a good color scheme to work with, and we know that those colors will fit well with each other. Black and white will also work very well together, but I would be cautious of gray as it is a mid-tone and it won't go that well with a lot of colors. Now I'll be showing you guys a quick little tutorial slash speed paint of the Dino Mask I'll be making with the color scheme we picked, and I'll be giving you guys some advice along the way. Alright guys, so I just wanted to do a really quick anime eye tutorial first. So first right now is I'm just going to go ahead and make some eyelashes for the eye, making them really simple. You can look at some stuff online for some inspiration. You don't have to make the eye exactly like mine. And I'm just going to make the iris blue, and I'm just going to go ahead and do an oval pupil. And then I'm just adding some light blue and cyan highlights to my eye. I'm just adding some clouds to the reflection of my eye too to give it some more depth. And then I'm just adding some white highlights to my eye to really give off that's a reflection. And I'm just going to go ahead and originally wanted to add sparkles and heart highlights to my eye, but it didn't look that good. Now I'm just grouping all my layers together and adding a darker base to my eye, and there we go. I made an anime eye, and this is exactly what you're going to go ahead and do with your Dino Mask. Alright guys, so while you're watching my speed paint, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys some advice in advance. And right now, what I am doing is I'm making the eyes for my Dino Mask very detailed, alright? Because the eyes really need to stand out when you're making a Dino Mask. And I'm just adding some tears to my dino. I thought it looked really cool. And I based the color scheme of my dino off of poison. So it's giving like that poison type of feel, you know? So I named it a Poison Dino Mask. If you want to fill in large areas of work, I would use a lasso tool. But if you want to do highlights and shadows, I would go ahead and turn the opacity down on whatever tool that you are using, and then add the highlights and shadows using white and black. I recommend using layers as well. That can really help. Right now, I was just thinking of adding a nuclear symbol to the middle of my Dino Mask, but I wasn't sure if it would fit that well with the aesthetic, so I decided to do a different nuclear symbol. Because of course, I mean, like, it is a poison Dino Mask, right? It's supposed to like represent like toxicity, so yeah. Anyways guys, here are the finished versions. I'm really proud of my Dino Mask, and I really hope that all my tips and advice can help you guys win this Dino Mask contest. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and have a great day or night. Bye!